I was like not professional, you know, like I was just hurt all the time and never really got surgeries to fix things. Just buckled and
skated through
one good shot, and I couldn't walk properly for a minute, and then went to Hollywood, lived in Hollywood, and DJ'd. And it was the first person they were making me live DJ. A lot of DJs, they just do a recording, so they do the intros and the outros for the songs, and that's it. Then they leave, probably do it in like half an hour. I'm there.
You'll be sitting in the booth the whole
time,
show.
4 hours.
Wow.
So I started talking more because that was the other thing. I kept thinking I had this ego where I was like, if you fire me, I'll go back to skateboarding, which was sure not at a high level, but I could still get paid. So I'd be like, fuck you guys. I'm just going to keep talking. And then I think they were going to fire me. And then people were calling in and saying, we like this foreigner guy. So I got numbers somehow. They didn't tell me.
Yeah.
Then the show got bigger. And then when I go to New York and they're all talking about how good the show's doing. And he was like, what would you like? And I was like, I'd like to talk. Because my whole thing was I want to be the next Howard Stern.
What year was this?
20 years ago.
Oh, damn.
So before podcasts or before all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, fucked up. Because it was like, you want to do a podcast? I'm like, no, I'm with SiriusXM.
He's like, I want to do radio.
Yeah. And they just kept, that was the deal. Every contract, I was like, I could go to podcasting. And they were like, well, how much do you need? I'm like, a lot, you know? There was like a deal to where I could not do a podcast. So by the time I got into podcasting, nobody cares. Everybody that likes me is still, I turn my car on, you're not there. So like I do comedy now. People go, man, I used to love your show. I'm like, I still have a show.
Yeah.
Like, how did you figure out I was here tonight? On your Instagram? Fuck. I post on there that I've got a show.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much people people be like, wait, you have this? And it's like, that's the same place where you found out about this. That is also, it's actually more highlighted.
Yeah, it's super frustrating because it just seems like that happens a lot, especially on the road now, like airports. I'm at a coffee shop. No way, Jason Ellis. And I'm like, really? That's a big deal to you? Yeah, man, I still love your show. I'm like, I have it.
Still going.
I'm still there. Oh, really? It's too hard for me to figure out. I'm like, just touch the button on the phone.
Just swipe.
Yeah, they won't do it.
Should we want to get into this?
Yeah, are we rolling?
Are we rolling?
Not a damn chance. Not a damn chance.
So today we got Jason Ellis on the show, professional skateboarder, or you want to say ex-professional, whatever you want to say. But to me, you're still a professional skateboarder, professional fighter, martial artist, comedian, the host of the Jason Ellis Show that's been going on for many years. You do so many things, man. It's insane, and it's great to have you here. This is the Not a Damn Chance podcast, and we like to kind of interview very interesting people that are successful at what they do, and they're at the top of their game, and kind of the journey that took you here, like the journey that took you from a pro skateboarder to all the things that you do now. What we find is there's a constant between like all the people that we've interviewed, and it's resilience, right? Because you need to have resilience to climb the ladder and become at the top of your game. Like you have to, you fall down so many times, right? And we want to kind of highlight the mindset that it takes to continue to get up and keep fighting, right? And I mean, it's kind of like literal for you because you're a fighter. So, and it like, it's the definition of skateboarding too, because you fall a million times and you just keep getting up and you keep on fighting. So I think what would be cool is to kind of start with like skateboarding, and you're from Australia, right? Mm-hmm. So how was it, pursuing a career in skateboarding, being from Australia, and like what were kind of the things that you had to do to kind of get it going and all that good stuff?
Wow. Well, there was no such thing as a professional skateboarder from Australia when I was a kid. but it's a bit of, I don't know, like, man, it's gotta be a bit thick, and I don't mean like tough. I mean dumb. You know, where I was just like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And looking back, the odds were definitely stacked up against me, but I just kind of knew it was gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I did a lot of daydreaming. You know, did a lot of. So now looking back, I was visualizing. You know, it was sort of. I would see this thing that wasn't real so much over and over again that it became real. So it was more, you know, I got into skateboarding. I think I had my mum was adopted, and she had these two people, Mr. and Mrs. J, that were like kind of her mum and dad, really nice people. And they had kids, and one of the kids, they were older, had the plastic skateboard from the era before my time in the shed. So when I'd go over there, I'd like roll on it down some
The small one, right?
yeah, a little skinny plastic one.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I ever skated, and it was more, you know, back then people didn't have phones. It's funny because phones kind of do the same thing to parents, where you're on that, you're not paying attention to your kids. But I was just by myself most of my life, you know, my childhood. So I was just rolling down some little driveway on my butt. And then when I went to school, these two twin brothers, Christian and Francis, one of them was a bit chubby and the other guy was like fat or obese, whatever you want to call it. And they skated, and they told me about a skate shop that had wide boards. And that's really what we called them. Because I was like, what? What is a wide board? And it was big. It was a Veriflex. It was at wasn't a skate. They didn't have skate shops when I was a kid. It was a surf water ski shop.
Okay.
And they had a skateboard section. And there was a big Veriflex Headhunter, I think it was called. And I wanted it bad. So before I had the money to get that or convince, because I didn't have a job, I had in wood shop, I made a skateboard and nailed roller skate wheels to it, and the skateboard was just it was like an ironing board.
That's so sick.
It had a chipboard, so no tail, no nothing, and I just was out the front of my mum's house trying to do 360s for hours, because that was the thing, man. Like I had that thing where I was by myself. I made my own thing up in my mind where I just kept myself amused by using my own brain. So being out front doing 360s, well, not doing them, trying them for hours after school, I was kind of already hooked and I didn't even know it.
Yeah.
And then when I got the Veriflex, it had trucks and wheels that turned and grip tape, I was like, wow, like this thing's awesome. And then these two brothers took me to a skate park, and I guess there was an era before my era in Australia, which is crazy because I'm old as fuck. But there was a keyhole bowl, and I guess they'd filled it up with dirt from the 70s.
Okay.
And then filled it up with dirt, and then they cut it, they dug it out, and it was a giant, it was like deep, like 10-foot deep.
Gnarly bowl.
Pile of shit, like rocky, bumpy.
Yeah.
But back then, I think maybe when they built it in the 70s, it was nice. I don't know. So all I did was roll down the roll-in on my butt and kind of slam into the...
Just go up and down.
Yeah, and there were a couple of dudes that could stand up and do like a turn in it or whatever. No one could reach the top. And it was more the friendship. I had these two dudes that were my friends, and we talked about skating, and then that was right. And then things really clicked when there was a good skateboarder, Johnny McGrath, who was, I guess he was an Australian champion of sorts. I didn't know, but he had figured out how to get the a town to build a half pipe.
Oh,
so there was a half pipe that was very little. It was like a 6-foot transition with like 6 inches of vert. So it was only like a 7-foot high ramp. But there was no other. I'd never seen a ramp. To me, it was huge.
Yeah.
And you're able to learn kind of everything on that instead of like a crazy 14-foot.
Right. Well, I think whatever you learn on doesn't. I think like
It all translates.
It's like if you don't know
basically.
anything else, then that's what it is.
Yeah.
But at the time, that seemed massive to me, and that was when the surf shop had a couple of magazines, and then the Bones Brigade video.
Sick.
So when the Bones Brigade video came out, I was already I didn't get the first one; I got the second one. So it was where Lance Mountain is like skating from spot to spot, and he meets people and they skate. But he was like he was kind of being funny
Okay.
and skating everywhere. And that was where I think I was probably 15, but that was where I was like, right, I'm going to be a professional skateboarder. I'm going to be just like Lance Mountain. That's
so
it.
sick, dude.
I've never changed my mind from 15.
You're just solid. You're in.
You
all
could
in.
never convince me otherwise.
That's dope.
And you could be a really smart person. I would win the argument.
I love that.
Let me tell you about some goddamn good beef. Better Fed Beef ships 100% American beef raised on their family farms, straight to folks across the country. No middleman, no mystery, just pure exceptional quality.
Listen, it's called Certified Anya Beef, and it is not your average steak. They breed beef bulls with dairy cows to create something really actually pretty special. It's a crossbred beef on dairy cattle, and that makes the meat crazy tender. It's full of flavor, super consistent every time.
And they dry age every single cut because beef that good deserves that extra time to be perfect.
And if that's not good enough for you, Better Fed Beef prides themselves on a value chain of family focus. I mean, it's from their family farms to family-owned artisanal butcher partners to their family that runs the actual business. They keep everything in the family.
They're proud of what they raise. They don't take no shortcuts, no fluff, no frills, just the best eating experience you could get.
Look, the meat's actually really good. Obviously, I'm pretty familiar with high-quality meat, and it's what I feed my family at home. You know, the box shows up. You got a bunch of different cuts in there, and and you get to now you're good for like the next week or two. Or I mean, if you eat as much beef as we do, you're good for the next week or two. Most people are good for the next month.
That sounds amazing.
For those of you who can't just get it sent to you, listen, if you should try it. Head to betterfedbeef.com. But when you do, make sure you use promo code NADC to get 20% off your entire order. Of course, that only is good for your first order only. But listen, real beef, real families.
Let's go.
Well, that's the thing. You know, the whole idea of this, like, not a damn chance being the mindset. The mindset of, like, actually like, looking at it and being like, there's not a damn chance I'm going to fucking fail at this.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to become this thing through just, I mean, and that is a thing, like visualization, manifestation.
Yep.
Very rarely does anyone just like be like, well, that's not true. Oftentimes people will end up being successful at something they didn't know they wanted to do. But most of the time, I think it's fair to say that somebody will say like they'll fall in love with something that maybe they weren't planning on falling in love with. And then that just takes, then all of a sudden you meet these kids, you go, you skate the bowl, you see Bones Brigade and you go, fuck, that's me.
Yeah. This is
That's
what I
it.
want.
Yeah, I think it's all different paths. That's the thing that gets confusing for people that are on their way up into any sort of game. But really, that like you were saying at the start, that it's if you don't stop, if you never quit, you're making it.
You can do it.
That's
yeah.
it. So that was now this is the biggest lesson to me. I'm not an athletical guy. I'm not talented. These two brothers
Fooled me. A lot of other people.
Well, because my passion woke my body up.
You
Yeah.
you put in the hours.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
it didn't happen overnight. It actually did. This is the craziest story, dude. So I'm skating. These two brothers are better than me. I've been skating for a couple of years now. Even the bigger guy is still better than me. But I am obsessed. Like all I think about, all I talk about is skateboarding all day, every day. I've got no time for nothing. I'm failing in school. I'm getting expelled from different schools for fighting. I'm a problem, big time. But the only time I'm happy is when I'm skating. Like I would leave school because I was getting picked on at school. I wasn't a bully. I would just get bullied, and then at the end I would retaliate and
then
beat
you
somebody
would
up,
get
and
in
then
trouble.
of course you get in trouble
Yeah.
because it was never a controlled blowout. I'd had enough, and I'd freak out and try to kill somebody, and they're like, "This kid's gonna try and murder somebody." I'm like, "You didn't see the other 10 bastards have been picking on me for the last 6 months."
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'd had enough, so I would not go to school and sit in an alleyway from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. thinking about skateboarding. Content.
Yes, it's fired up.
That's the other thing. Like, I wasn't like, man, how much time? I was like, every now and then I'd be like, wait, where am I?
Wow.
And then go back in again. Just dive into like what tricks that I want to do, or how to do it, or what a skate park would look like if I could design one. Like, just numerous bullshit fantasies. So I'm skating. They got this new ramp, Paran ramp, where it was a big proper ramp, had like 9-foot transitions and half a foot of it's a vert ramp, proper.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm skating that all the time. At one point, because I'm not around there, I got jumped by a bunch of skateboarders. People always hated me. I got a hateable face or something. But some dude hit me in the back of the head with a skateboard truck, and they all beat me up.
No way.
Yeah.
Just randomly.
Yeah, I didn't do nothing.
Wow.
I was sitting on the bench and got hit in the back of the head, and then people are punching me in the face, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? It's like, because I'm not from...
Is it in Australia?
Yeah.
That is crazy, man.
So I'm skating all the time. I befriend another guy who's one of the better skateboarders in Australia, but younger than me, Gary Valentine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm skating with him, and I always could do this thing on the flat where I could... Ollies were kind of cool for people to do on the flat ground. That was still because I'm old. But I couldn't do an ollie, but I could do this thing where I would turn a little front side and get my inside wheel to kind of grab the ground, and I could do an ollie without hitting my tail, like a pressure ollie.
Okay.
But like
Sick.
it was like the beginnings of a frontside ollie.
Yeah, like you kind of turn into it, and then...
Yeah, you make your wheel catch, and then I would pressure it and get like this far off the ground.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, and people were like, dude, that's an ollie. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, and it was easy. I could do it. So I always thought I could do a frontside ollie on vert, because you're a street dude, but on vert, when you do a frontside ollie, you hit your wheels, not your tail.
Okay.
So it's more of a pressure ollie.
That's why I never learned how to skate vert, because I just
Because you got too much pop.
Yeah, I can't understand.
That's why when
that
I go to
gotta-
the street, I can't get up anything because I got no pop. I need transition
the
to
kind
fly.
of coping to like pop off of, right? It's kind of like a wally almost off the
It's
coping.
totally like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm skating this ramp all the time, every day. You know, I've had a bunch of injuries already, and I'm just sort of like, I love skating, but you know, the odds of me being really good is probably not going to happen. But I never thought that. I just knew it was coming. And Gary Valentine was there, and he's like, I feel like you could make a frontside ollie higher, because I could do them like about this high.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I think you could do them as high as you want. It just looks easy to you. And I was like, you think? He's like, just pose one. So I posed one about that high.
Beast.
And Gary was like, dude, you could have made that. And I was like, you think? He's like, dude, you were completely on. So I made one.
Damn.
And then both of us, just him and I on the ramp. And he's like, dude, you just did like a 2-foot frontside ollie. Back then, that was big.
That's beast, yeah.
And he was like, dude, how high do you think you could do that? I'm like, I don't know. So then I started doing them
so
higher.
sick.
And this is in like an hour, dude. I started doing like 5-foot frontside ollies.
Damn.
And at that time, there was like 2 other people in the world that could do that.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do anything else.
Mhm.
And I was like, what the fuck? And Gary's like, what the fuck? Dude, do you know what you just did? I'm like, I think. That's crazy, right? He's like, dude, that's insane. I'm like, I wonder if I could just grab it when I'm up there. So then I ollie into a frontside air, ollie into a tail grab, ollie into a stalefish. I think I was like the first person to do a stalefish in Australia.
Damn.
Because
Let's
I had
go.
that ollie.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I was like, I wonder if I could do a backside. So then I started ollie, because I used to do early grab airs.
Mm-hmm.
But because I learnt this ollie, the timing from making the frontside one, I just did the backside one straight away.
Damn.
So all of a sudden I can go 5 foot high on everything
Crazy. Just
And
overnight.
in an hour.
Insane.
In 1
And
hour.
there's a 10-foot ramp?
Yeah.
Wow.
Big boy.
So then that night, Gary calls the guy that owns the skate shop down the road and goes, dude, Jason Ellis just learnt like every trick face high in half an hour. And he's like, bullshit. Dude, I was just there. I watched it. This is before we film anything.
Yeah.
Nobody, it's just Gary's word. So the owner of the skate shop comes down the next day, and I'm there, and he's like, heard you learn a bunch of stuff. And I'm super keen, because I've got all these tricks, so I'm flying around like a maniac.
Yeah.
Everybody at the ramp, this is the other thing, like all of a sudden people like me.
Yeah. It swapped.
The guy that hit me in the head wants to be my friend now.
Yeah.
Which I was like, oh, really?
Yeah.
And then he came over and he's like, you ever done a backside ollie? I'm like, nah. He's like, try that. And I whipped out and like I chicken necked myself, but then I made the second one.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, "You ever done this? Ever done that?" So I learned like 4 more tricks. Like whatever he would say, I would just commit to try to make it.
Yeah.
And then I got sponsored by a skate shop the next day.
Damn, dude.
And then Hardcore, the guys that are the distributors of all skateboarding in Australia, they sponsored me, Vision Streetwear. So I had a Vision Streetwear head to toe.
Yeah.
Look, I had a bray on at one point. I didn't care. Like, they give me free shit. I was
Yeah,
like,
wear it.
I'm like, I look like an idiot, but I'm on the team. I don't care. Give me a fanny pack. I don't give a shit.
Fuck yes.
How old were you at the time?
16.
Wow.
Yeah. So then I just, and that's when, still pretty dumb, I've always been, it's like I woke up in my 40s and 50s. I've always been pretty stupid and sort of had a bad opinion of myself. So it was like, I can't figure it out. Like, I can't read. I can now, but I couldn't read or write until I had a radio show where I was forced to do ads. Like, you got to read this. And I'm like, I can't read. And they're like, dude, you don't need to. I'm like, I'm not lying. I can't read.
Is that just because you just like didn't care about school, didn't care about learning, and were focused on other things, or was it like a learning disability type of thing?
Oh, I have dyslexia.
Okay.
But it was more like looking back, it was more, like I said, I got bullied a lot in school. I hated school. Like for the longest time after I left school, I couldn't walk past the school because it would give me anxiety. Because I had to fight all the time.
They're always just picking on you and fighting with you and stuff.
It was for one reason or another. I was a smart ass, but also I had long blonde hair, and back then that was like gay, and probably your chick wanted to date me, so you could beat me up for that, or
get mad,
say something stupid. And I was always just pretty quick with the tongue.
Yeah.
Accidentally. You know what I mean? Like, oh, nice one, dumbass. You know what I mean? And they'd be like, right, in the playground, lunchtime, you're dead. Like, the first time I was ever famous for anything was I got beat up in the cricket nets for a whole lunch break.
Oh,
and everybody used to say, that's Jason Ellis, the guy that got beat up in the cricket nets for a whole lunch break. And I was like, oh, cool. I made it.
Oh, man.
Is that what inspired you to like want to start fighting? Or, like, did you start training when you were a kid, or like to?
No, I never wanted to. I'm scared of fighting. My father was a very aggressive person. He beat people up. I've seen a lot of street fights where people got real hurt. Like, I don't want to really hurt. And it scared the shit out of me. And after skateboarding was starting to end, there was a person that used to bully me in skateboarding, and I never fought him because I was always really scared of, it's confrontation that I'm scared of. It's not so much pain, because pain, I've figured out over the years, pain is not that bad to me than the average person. It's more the confrontation, why someone's angry at me, that scares me. I'm like, what did I do? So I've always, it's childhood was tough, dude. I had a lot of shit. So looking back, I understand it now, but at the time I just was like, why am I so scared when people get mad? Little guys, big guys, I don't care. It doesn't matter about the size. I'm just scared of the confrontation. So it's just like a lot of things in my life. I'm not afraid to admit I'm scared of everything, but I'm not gonna stop. Like, if I'm scared, I'll face it.
Yeah.
So I got into fighting because I was so scared of fighting.
Yeah.
And I was like, why don't you learn how to defend yourself, like, and know what it's like to really fight.
So then you won't be scared of it anymore if you know
I wasn't even sure if that was
but
what was going to happen.
Yeah.
I was just like, just dive in and deal with it, So when I got into fighting, I realized there's a sport in that. It's the same as skating. You learn new shit, and you get excited.
You get
learned a new
excited.
trick.
You get into it.
Little community, friends you train
Yeah,
with.
and then I met so many really proper tough guys that were nice people and had respect for people, and it was like, oh, I really like this community. Like the outside, because the UFC's big now, it's like this big TV thing. Dudes are, knees, triangle, whatever. But they don't train, And if you train and you put in the work, you put 10 years in, you get your ass handed to you all the time. You realize you're not the man. There's always someone else out there. But it's more like, to me, it's like, is there better athletes out there? Is there tougher people? Yeah, but like when push comes to shove, like you got to kill me to beat me. And I know that about myself because I've had pro fights where I've been almost knocked unconscious and I'm still going. You know what I mean? I've been caught in arm bars where I'm like, you can break it if you want. I'm going to smash you, dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm not tapping.
It ain't over.
You're going to fight him with a broken arm?
Oh, fuck yeah. I know this because I've been there. My first pro fight, I was caught in a triangle. I got out of it and I was in an arm bar. And I remember thinking, how do I hide it breaking from the ref? Because I'm going to smash this dude. And then I got it out anyway. And then in the other pro fight, I got almost knocked out. Like I got hit so hard that I couldn't see. So all I hear is this humming, ringing sound. And I'm trying to feel where the person is. And then I got punched again and it kind of woke me up. And I'm like, oh, I'm on the bottom. That's bad. But not at any time did I think I won out. And I know fighting. I know fighters. There's a certain amount of damage somebody can take where they look for the out.
Yeah.
And I don't look for the out. And I know this, not from reading a book. I know this because I've been in there. Like I got real fight friends that have had like 30, 40 fights. And after that fight, they were like, dude, you are a fucking warlord. Like we were like, man, sucks. Jason's, toast. But I came back
going.
I broke that dude's arm.
Fuck yeah.
Where do you think that comes from? Is that childhood
It comes
trauma?
From,
Is that
it comes from childhood trauma. Yeah, I had to fight to get everywhere in my life
and fight to survive?
Yeah, and there's like it's so stupid, but I feel like there was like certain people in my life have done things to hurt me that I forgive them because I've got to move on. But the world has tried to prove me wrong. And if I quit, they're right.
Yep.
So I will never quit. I will die trying. So when push comes to shove, when it's all stacked up and it looks like it's all over, that's when I shine. That's when the most pressure is there. That's when I'm the best. That's when I can do things that my body usually can't do.
Yeah.
Because it's everything to me to win anything.
It's that passion right there.
Yeah, I just need it more than any. And I'm right because after the fight, win or lose, if I had lost that last fight I had, I gave it everything I had.
Yeah.
It was more about. That's why I didn't have another pro fight after that because it was like I'm not trying to get a belt. I'm not trying to get a deal. I'm not a real fucking fighter, dude. I'm just a novice that had a couple of pro fights. That's the reality of it.
And you just enjoyed it, right?
I just wanted to know what are you tough?
Where can you take yourself?
Yeah,
to, basically?
like and now I know. I'm like, because I want to. That's the other thing. I don't want to hurt anybody. Like when his arm started breaking, and I was screaming at him to tap, and he wouldn't tap, and then the ref called it because the dude was screaming.
Yeah.
And then I tried to I was like, dude, and the ref pushed me off. I felt sorry for the guy.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't like, that's what you get, motherfucker. I'm not that guy. Like I'm more.
And at that point, it was already over too.
I felt bad.
Yeah.
But I could tell if the roles were reversed,
It would have been the
he
same
would have been
thing.
so pumped. But those are the people. Those are the people that are real fighters to me. Like I'm
the
not
ones who do it for the actual art and the respect and.
Some people are killers.
Yeah.
And that's cool, but that's not me. I know who I am. I'm a competitor. I love the game. I love getting in there.
Yeah.
And the more consequences, the better. Because the pressure, where it's up, everything's, I like, it's so cheesy, but like, I will die before I lose.
Yeah. When failure is an option, even if you're not considering it, when failure is an option, you often just come up short.
Yeah.
It's a mindset.
Yeah. And so it's like, you're there, the dude's got you in an arm bar and you're like, I don't care if he breaks it. How can I,
how can I keep going?
how can I hide it so that I can fucking win?
Yeah.
That mindset is like, your mind is like, I will not lose. It's just losing isn't an option.
Right, and it's just like the more you go through those things, the better you get at it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, losing a lot. Losing is good.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you keep coming back, it's like, I'm kind of good, like, skateboarding, I'm kind of good at doing a kickflip. But if it doesn't work out 100 times and you come back and do it again, and then the next time you've done that many and failed that many, you're better at it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if you get your ass handed to you a bunch of times and you keep coming back and getting your ass handed to you, next time your ass is getting handed to you, you're better at it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
And when I say failure not being an option, like, because I grew up skateboarding as well, just because you don't land your first kickflip doesn't mean you failed.
No.
Giving up means you failed.
Dude,
You know?
skateboarding is the ultimate metaphor for life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because skateboarding is the trial and error of skateboarding is like people take it for granted now because everyone's so good and they make it look so easy. And it's like this generational thing now where you see somebody that makes every flip trick and you're like, well, then I should make every flip trick. And now everybody does. Well, not every, but way more consistent
like
than they used to be.
Something
Yeah.
in the mind. It's the
Yeah,
evolution.
like a street contest in the 80s. If you flip the
It's
board
fully
one time in
different.
your ride, you are losing it. Like you've thrown all the risk into this thing. Now
sure.
it's like put it, and everybody makes it.
Yeah.
because they all know that's like on vert. Like the people that skate now,
vert-
what they do, I'm like,
Vert is
I didn't-
wild to watch.
holy shit!
They're doing
Like,
backflips and triple
Dude,
back.
vert
just
is
the
wild.
flip thing, like this, the risk and reward, and to the pressure. Like Mitchy Brusco, like he does the 900 in his ride. He doesn't practice that. He
just
waits
has
until he's
it.
ride and then he makes it.
Yeah.
Do you understand the mindset of like, right? It's my second ride. I'm gonna do my backside 900 now. And I'm like,
Here it goes.
dude, and it's giant too. It's 10 foot high. I'm like, you can
Jesus.
you can really die on that trick. And he does it. Very rarely does he fail on that particular trick. And it's like, everyone's like, yeah, 900. I'm like, no,
Yeah,
you don't know what that dude just said to himself before he did that. Like,
Shit's-
that was everything,
Mhm.
and that's the, you're trying to get a job. You're trying to meet a girl, or you get fired, or your boss sucks, you didn't get paid, or it's like, oh, that's it, or the social media thing that just like beats you down, where it's like this person has everything and you don't have anything, and these little psychological things chip away at your confidence and be like, what's the point anyway? And it's like, there's always a point. Doesn't matter what it's for. Doesn't matter if you make any money. Doesn't matter if anybody thinks you're cool. Doesn't matter if chicks like you. You just never stop.
You do it for
You know?
you.
Yeah, people fold so easy now.
Yeah.
It's like a huge generation of people where it's like, I'm not comfortable, so I'm out. I'm like,
Mhm.
my competitive brain goes, good,
More
room for me. But I wish
felt
that
that
everybody would be the same, and because we all should be better people, man. I feel like we're all, not all, but a lot of people are shitty. We don't have time for our friends, or
Mhm.
we're always thinking about ourselves, or we're always attacking people on social media. Or I'm like, why are you talking shit on somebody?
Just
Like,
work together.
it's such
and,
a
like,
weird thing.
Yeah, man.
Like all the rich people now, where they're like working to get richer
Mhm.
when they could just help everybody, but they don't.
For sure.
And then they're like celebrated.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck your Cybertruck. Like, help us.
Mhm.
But it's like, oh, I'm like, he's cool or he's bad. I'm like, I don't really care what he is. Just help us. But you don't. That's the end of it for me. Like, all those guys should just give a bunch of stuff to a bunch of people that don't have anything. But they don't.
Yeah. There's like a bunch of establishments you could start and stuff to kind of clean things up and
They
make
ain't even
things on a
trying,
better
dude.
foot. You know?
They got no interest in that.
And they're like small things. They're like nowhere near as expensive as the other things that.
But I
they're
understand.
doing.
But I also understand their angle. They got there because they they never quit.
Mhm.
They're always hustling, and they're competitors, and they're people that are almost as rich as them, and they need to be the one.
Mhm.
So if they start being a oh my god, they start.
Philanthropist?
Yeah, that one. I hit my head a lot. Somebody might have more money than them, so they can't let that go.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, we talk about a lot, like, it's like, I grew up skateboarding, as I said before, and, like, for me, I credit skateboarding and video games
Mm.
to like the two things that like you try, you fall, you fail, you try, you fall, you fail, you try a little, and every time when you're playing a video game, if you're like trying to jump over a thing, you jump too fast, you jump too early, oh, try it again. Jump too late, okay, try it again. You time it. Just same thing with skateboarding. Okay, I got a little more pressure, a little more to my left. Look, and you just over time you practice and you just make minor tweaks, you know, on a moment by moment, day by day basis to get better and get better.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people who grew up with skateboarding, you know, with video games, but not just like, you know, playing Madden, but playing games that are more puzzle oriented, like problem solving.
Yeah.
You start to look at the world in a very different way.
Yeah.
You know, as a little bit of a challenge. And you know, I don't know. I when I think about some of the people in the world who have all of the money, I always because I'm an empath for whatever reason, and I always try to like look at like where do they come from and why, and I have this overall belief, and not to say that it can't be shaken, but I have this belief that everybody's doing the best they can.
Yeah.
Because nobody would sit down and go, you know what, I'm gonna do the worst. Even if they're doing something bad, they likely believe based on their upbringing, like in the same way that you when you fight, that's just not going to happen. Not everyone has that mindset, you know, because they didn't have that same upbringing. So I have this sort of like, you know, idea that just maybe, I don't know, it's hard to articulate, but maybe just like
It's kind of like the cards that you were dealt with. You're doing the
Yeah.
best with what you have, and maybe you have blinders on, and you know this is the route that you're on, and you're trying to do the best on your route, but you're not really looking around to see what else is.
And things
happening.
change with age too. You know, like if you gave me $100 million when I was 25, I probably wouldn't have given you any.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, now I see other people's pains,
yeah,
Mhm.
other people's predicaments, and I realize now that being on this earth it's more important for me to give back than to take.
yeah.
You know, I did a lot of taking.
But I wonder, like, I mean, let's use Elon as an example because we're kind. I mean, like,
Sorry,
no. So
I don't know why that happened.
But like, is it possible that in his mind, something like buying Twitter, is that his way of helping or giving back in his mind? Is it possible? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Might be for some other reason though. I don't know. I just think, you know, I think I've said it. I just thought about it recently, where it's like all those guys are all hanging out with each other, and it's like, do you think when they sit down together, they go, right, what can we do to help the little guy? Do you think they
For
say
sure.
that?
I've never been in that room.
don't know.
Next time I'm in that room, I'll let you know.
Really?
I have no idea.
Do you really think that?
Yeah.
Or do you think, how do we get more?
Could be.
Mhm.
Because it seems like that's what they're like.
Could be.
You know, but yeah, I could be wrong. They could be like, man, now that we're in charge, let's give back.
Maybe that's their
I just
skateboarding.
don't feel like that's what's happening.
Maybe that's their skateboarding. Their friends like, hey, I did this, and then they got to beat that, and then they got to beat that, and they got to get higher and higher and higher, and just.
Yeah, I think it's a race for money.
It's all like a competition.
Dude, if you have the most money in the world, what do you think that you wake up thinking about? Getting the most money in the world. That's how they got there. Like, what do you think Michael Jordan was thinking about when he was the greatest basketball player in the world?
Being the best.
greatest basketball player in the world. There's no way that you get to the top by, like, on the side, you think about, like, giving to the poor. You think about money, getting all the money at all costs. There is nobody. It's not. That's why I don't blame them.
Yeah.
It's tunnel vision, dude.
Yeah.
He's just like, what do I do to get control of more money? This, great. That's going to hurt. I don't care. It's not that he doesn't care. It's that he only sees the goal. That's like kind of how you get your goals, is you have tunnel vision. Like comedy. Nobody gives a shit about me being a comedian. Nobody thinks I'm even really a comedian. People are like, why is Jason trying to do stand-up? You know? And I'm like, good. Think that. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I don't need I need a fucking pat on the back. I don't need a fucking silver spoon. I don't need none of your fucking help. I'm gonna do this. You can all try and stop me, I hope you do. But it's not going to happen. I'm going to get there.
So
That's the end of it.
Did you get into stand-up for a similar reason to fighting, and just sort of like it was something that scared you, or
Yeah. It was an accident. I got radio. You know, I've always been kind of a funny guy in skateboarding, but being a funny guy in skateboarding is like, we're not that funny. So, like, being the funniest guy in skateboarding is not really like, oh, you should be a comedian. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Skateboarders we're not professional comedians. We're skateboarders.
Yeah.
So radio was more where people would go, man, Jason, you're really funny. And I'm like, really? Yeah, man. And I'm like, maybe it's just my accent, you know, that make people laugh because I say funny words or something. And then, 20 years of radio where there's comedians that come on and I'm like, yeah, I'm like off the cuff. I'm pretty funny when I want to be. And then Sam Tripoli was like, you should do stand up. And I was like, I don't really understand it. I never really followed it. Like, I understand, like I watched Richard Pryor and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, that's amazing. Mitch Hedberg was somebody that I really liked, but when I was listening, I was laughing and I would play it to other people and be like, this is so cool. But I never understood what he was doing. Like, did he practiced it or anything? I was just like, that guy's funny. I don't even really understand what comedy is. I never cared enough to understand the process of being a comedian. And then when Sam Tripoli was like, do a show with me, I was like, yeah, because I'm always like, if you say, hey, do you want to try this? I'll try it.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not interested in it, I'll try it. So I got up there and I realized, oh, you guys say the same thing over and over again. Oh, that's lame. I don't want to do that. I just like to come up and say something funny. And because I came up with no game plan, it wasn't that funny.
Yeah.
And I was like,
art.
One, I don't want to say the same thing twice. Two, you're not that funny. That's what I came to the conclusion of when I first tried stand-up. So, and then it was, if you get booked, you fly out on a Thursday and come back on a Sunday. And I'm like, dude, I'm on the radio Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even be one if it worked. And then when Sirius let me go, there was kind of a stripping of who I was. Because I thought I was going to be on SiriusXM until I died. Like Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Like I was going to be like 70 and bitch about, being stuck in my fucking basement for the rest of my life.
How did you take that? Like them letting you go? Because I just like because that is that is a big thing, and a lot of people go through that stuff and they don't understand like how it is to keep.
I know exactly
going
what
through that.
Yeah, well, I've already died. I've died before, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a professional skateboarder.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I always will be. Now, like, what are you? I'm a fucking skateboarder, dude.
For sure.
That's what I am.
Yep.
It's like you fight, you did radio, you're a comedian. I'm like, yeah. It's like I'm Happy Gilmore, like he played golf, but he's a hockey player.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do comedy, but I'm a skateboarder.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's what it is.
It doesn't end.
No.
It's your,
but
it's
there
your
was
identity.
But there was an ego that had to be killed.
Yeah.
Which was good for me because me thinking that I was hot shit for being a skateboarder is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not special. I mean, we're all special, but I'm not any more special than anybody
Than the
else
next
because I
person.
could do some fucking skateboard trick.
For sure.
So when that happened, I had to accept that, and
Mm-hmm.
it didn't happen overnight. It took a process where I was like, man, and I went, and I'm the kind of guy where I'm up so high, too high, and
High
when I go
highs and
low,
low
I go,
lows.
whoa, crazy bad.
Mm-hmm.
So when I lost my job at Sirius, it was more the money. I was a millionaire,
Yeah.
and then I was broke, and then I got a divorce, and I'm like, now I'm broke and in debt.
Yeah.
And my podcast nobody cares about my podcast anymore.
It was
It
just
doesn't do numbers like any of the real podcasts out there. I had like 3 million listeners a day.
mm-hmm.
If I get like 50,000 listeners for one episode, I'm like, woo!
Mm-hmm.
I suck dick now. Not anymore, but anyway. But it was crushing, but that mentality of like, okay, world, you're trying to, You trying to end me?
Trying to test me.
I'm in
yeah,
my
yeah.
50s and I'm broke and I'm divorced and my podcast ain't doing shit. And I'm a comedian that I go to open mics in front of 12 people, sometimes 5 people. You know, and because I'm this weird kind of half-ass celebrity, like I'm friends with Whitney Cummings. I'm in the green room at the Comedy Store. And then I'm like, I got to leave. And she's like, where you going? I'm like, I'm going to do an open mic in an alleyway in front of 3 people. And she's like, oh, good for you. You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, that's the game. Like,
Yeah,
You're just on the journey. Like
I don't want it for free because
Yeah.
I know for free is not, in the end,
It's not worth it.
it's not, like, if you give me a free ride, I don't have the chops.
Yeah.
Like, I'm paying my dues.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can not help me. You can try and stop me, but you don't know who the fuck you're dealing with, dude. Like, I don't stop. Like, when I've got a plan, it happens. So maybe not tomorrow, maybe not today, but sooner or later, you know, as long as a vending machine doesn't fall on me or something, I will be a very funny professional comedian. I also don't care. Like, if I made money from it, that'd be great, man.
Yeah.
I would like to buy something again. Like, I miss that.
Well,
I'm
like
sure.
most things, you don't make money for an art form you love until you make good fucking money.
Right, but
you
if
know.
you do it for the money and the fame, you're missing the point.
Exactly.
It's
Like,
about
I've-
the grind.
I've
Yeah.
had a skateboard career where I was famous in skateboarding and I got paid for skateboarding.
To do the thing you love that
Right.
you do for free.
But it's over now. And when I look back, what is the best thing that I got from skateboarding? It's not even a question. I could skate really good with my friends. It's so much higher than, I got a lot of money from DC or everybody was like, whoa, you're awesome from this one trick I did. That doesn't, I could give I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also, compared to, at one point, I could do a 10-foot method air and I would rip it behind my back and I could like look around the crowd and be like, fuck yeah. That
Beast.
was the greatest fit, like a mega
Yeah.
ramp. I did a fucking like 18-foot backside air.
Gnarly, dude.
I've done an
That's
18-foot backside air, dude. You can't take that from me.
Yeah.
huge
You know,
building.
like I don't, and that feeling, like going back in, whoa, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
the crowd going
yeah,
crazy.
and
fucking,
the potential of death,
yeah.
and dodging it was just like, there's no, no matter how many times I hit my head, I'll never forget that feeling, and that's what I got from skateboarding. That's
Yeah.
the important shit. So when it comes to comedy,
Do you
know,
get that on stage at all?
Oh fuck yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not that funny yet.
I went
You
to
know?
his show the other day. He crushed.
Yeah.
You did great, man.
Yeah, but I'm not Bill Burr.
But
No, but he's not on. What year
I
are you
see-
on for stand up?
What?
What year are you on for stand up?
5.
Bill Burr's not on year 5.
Yeah. Yeah, if you do power to weight ratio, I wonder if I was as good as Bill Burr after his first 5 years. See what I mean? Competitor.
Yeah.
Idiot.
there we go.
Idiot. But yeah, I'm more about, I see like Tim Dillon's and,
It
all
takes
the
time.
guns, where I go, yeah, and that's the other thing. Like I used to, when I was a kid and watch people skate, I'd be like, I gotta get there.
Yeah.
Like I go, what does he do? How does he do that? I gotta figure out how to do that. And that's,
It's osmosis, though. Hanging out in the green rooms, having those friends, being around it.
I'm super antisocial. I'm dark.
For someone who
In the
talks
green
for a
room,
living?
'cause
I know, right?
I'm intimidated by them. I was at the mothership last night in the green room. I don't say shit. Like I'm going to kill Tony tonight,
Oh, we'll see you there.
Yeah.
and I'm gonna sign up, see if I can do a minute.
Hell yeah.
And I don't talk to anybody in there.
Well, we'll be in the.
They're up here, and I'm just like, one day, I feel 12.
Oh, it's kind of like professional skateboarding. Whenever you meet any pro, it's like we're all kind of the same, and you kind of could just talk to anybody. I've been in there a couple times, and they're super nice.
Oh, I'm not saying they're not all nice to me. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
saying I'm shy and intimidated around them. 'Cause to me, they're giants.
I mean, to compare that to skateboarding, because I never got anywhere near as good as the two of you did. But like, you think you're great with your friends, you show up to the skate park, and then there's these dudes who just fucking crush the entire thing,
Yeah.
and you immediately feel small.
Yeah.
Even though when you're out on your own, you're feeling good, you think you're great, and then you feel so small, and you don't know how to it's almost like a different species of human, just
Yeah.
because they can do the thing
Yeah.
so effortlessly that you dedicate so much time to.
Yeah, to me, it's just respect.
Mhm.
I have so much respect for the craft that I'm in awe of their presence. Same as I was in
Understandable.
skateboarding. You know,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a video of somebody filming me in a contest when I was 16 and Tony Hawk's on the ramp because I showed up late and was in the last heat to qualify.
Mhm.
So I was on the deck with the Bones Brigade, and Tony Hawk is standing next to me. And I'm looking at Tony Hawk, and he looks my way, and I immediately look the other way because I'm too scared to have eye contact with the great Tony Hawk.
For
And
sure.
now, fast forward, however
Yeah.
many years.
Now he's a dickhead. No, he's awesome.
Yeah. So
I'm actually doing a show with him, our last show at the Comedy Store. This is
Oh, no way.
so far, this is the pinnacle of my comedy career, Hawk versus Wolf at the Comedy Store on the 29th, where I am going to do a little set before Tony comes out in the main room at the Comedy Store.
Wow, yeah,
like Bert
dude.
Kreischer's
Let's
on.
go.
Like, it's like a real... And then after that, I'm going upstairs to the belly room to do the riff raff. So two performances at the Comedy Store in one night. That's real big for
That's
me.
Yeah.
beast mode,
Fuck
man.
yeah, good
Fuck
for you.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited
Congrats,
about that.
brother.
So are you now? You mentioned the first time you went up with Sam, you were like, you wanted to just say things off the cuff. Are you now writing bits, and do you have an act now that you do consistently?
Yeah, well, now I'm on the road. I actually am like headlining places. If
Mm-hmm.
anybody wants to see me, thejasonellis.com for tour dates. I got booked for Australia.
Wow.
No way. Going back home.
That's the craziest. Like to be from Australia, to come to America, to be a pro skateboarder,
Yeah.
live this whole life of this stuff, then get booked to go to Australia to do stand-up
That's so
comedy.
sick, dude.
I'm like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
Should have a
Full
movie
circle.
about me at this point. Like, what the fuck? No,
Are you gonna change your act to just go talk a bunch of shit about Australia when you
I
get back?
don't know. I know, right? I'm kind of intimidated because I'm like, I'm not Australian anymore. You know, I'm an
You
American.
sound like you are.
It's not if there's anybody Australian listening. They're like, mate, have you heard yourself?
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, that's
No way.
any phone call that I call back home. Mate, have you fucking heard yourself? I'm like, yeah, I know. It sound funny.
Fuck.
Yeah, because I have a half and half accent.
Yeah.
It's like Australian Surrey doesn't understand me, and neither does American. So I just have American Surrey, but I do an American accent to talk.
Really?
Yeah, if I'm like, yeah, I'll be there in 5 minutes, and I look at my phone, what Siri says, it's like, I'm in Tokyo, I'll be back soon. And I'm like, I'll be there in 5 minutes. And then it says it. And I'm like, man,
Then
I
it
got to do
works.
it. Like, cheeseburger, beer. And it understands me. But if I do
That's
the
hilarious.
half and half, it won't work.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. What was the question?
I don't even remember. Oh,
my head.
About if now you're writing like
Oh,
material
yeah.
and doing
Yeah.
so now you're doing and because my question, I was assuming that you were going that route, but my question kind of was, at what point did you realize that like there is a little bit of a method to like writing an act, like writing an act and actually like performing an act as opposed to just getting up and talking shit?
Well, performing's easy for me because I've been doing radio for 20 years.
Yeah.
And I've also, I'm a egotistical maniac, so being in front of people talking, like, hell yeah, welcome to the Me Show. But writing jokes is the thing. That's why I think I'll catch faster than the average comedian, because I have a background in performing and being funny off the cuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the
20
and the
years.
mindset of just not giving up.
Right. But when it comes to writing jokes, that's the thing that I've been learning,
Mm-hmm.
because there's a technique. And from watching the good people, there's a way to, like, you have an experience. There's a way to write a joke about every single one of them.
Yeah.
And there's not that many different ways to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm starting to understand that. So now I'm using my creative brain to do my angle on how you do the thing that comedians do.
Mm-hmm.
But it took like 4 years for me to go, oh,
That's what's going on.
so you do this. So you ever been to Starbucks? It's kind of, and I'm like, because my stories aren't about going to Starbucks, because, mine's more of, that's the good thing. Like a lot of my experiences in life, as you guys already know, I've done some stuff that not a lot of people have done, or if they
For
have
sure.
done, they're sure as hell not going to admit it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with it. I feel like the things that I've done, you know, the gays and all this other stuff, or the drugs, and you know, a lot of people are like, "Whoa, really?" But if I can do the comedic angle on how these things are, then I've got my own little road to go down that not a lot of other people have.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing for me. There's a bad thing that comes with it for sure, but I also feel like I said, I want to help people, and I think talking about my experiences that a lot of people don't want to admit, and you know, some people kind of, or that's gay's not cool, or this isn't cool. You know, I don't care if it's cool. Everybody's a person. Everybody's insecure. Everybody gets picked on. Like, and I'm trying to put light on, you know, whatever you are, whatever your orientation is, whoever you are, there's good in everybody. And don't be such a dick, you know, which is my main pitch at the end of my set is like, you know, I've blown a guy. I get it. A lot of straight dudes are like, dude, yeah, I'm not that bad of a guy. Like, if I was your friend, you know what I mean? And if some shit pops off, I'm a good guy to have around. I got your back, dude.
Yeah.
If you're down, I'm here to help. Like, I'm a good dude. Like, so don't put that on me. Like, and if you meet another guy out there that's done that, don't treat him like he's a bad person because he did that. He didn't forcibly do it to anybody, so he's cool. Yeah. So that's more the angle with that. But the writing thing is, now that I have that, I have a confidence that I can do that. And lately I am doing, I do a headline, do an hour, 50 minutes. I'm doing a lot of stuff where I didn't plan on doing any of it.
Yeah.
I go out and do like 20 minutes of just what happened today and that's using that radio brain, the radio muscle where I can just riff, which is kind of the thing that was most impressive to me. Like, I see Mark Maron and people at the Comedy Store where I'm like, that's not his material.
Yeah.
He just said that. Tim Dillon came on
awesome.
recently and just, I was like,
He's the best at that.
I was like, oh, that's, you know, Big J Okerson, you know, where I'm like, that's what I want. You know, like, I love writing a joke. That's like Whitney Cummings writes jokes where I go, I don't think I'll ever have that. Like, recently I saw her do a roast thing where she did some stuff for Jelly Roll, but she did stuff.
Were you there?
No.
Oh.
I wish.
I was there. It was fucking awesome.
She did stuff about Tony Hinchcliffe. And I was like, I think you wrote that today. Like, you just wrote that? That's incredible. Like, the level of
super
skill, humor, and like thinking of this or that. I was like, this is one of those things where, like, for you, where I come to America, I'm like, I'm gonna be the best skateboarder in the world, and then I see Danny Way, and I go, I might be the second best.
He starts sweating.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't think I could ever do that. I really don't. But there's always a spot, you know. But that's the other thing, like, you know, being the best is. It's not. I just want to be in the game, man. Yeah. You know, like, I just want to be a part of it.
For sure.
I want to travel the world and make people laugh and have like a good, like a thing for people that have negative thoughts in their brain to sort of to have a bigger perspective of life and understanding to all of us. And that's like my, you know, what can I do to help people thing. You know, that's the thing. Like, I box, I fight, I still fight, but I fight. Every Saturday, I let these veterans, I go help veterans. They basically beat me up for like an hour and a half.
Sick.
And I let them beat me up because I'm teaching them how to fight. Like, when they punch me in the face, I'm like, hey, man, your hand wasn't up. Like, I could have punched you back. And I use my face to help veterans get better at fighting. But, dude, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. You know what I mean? I didn't
He's a philanthropist.
You do what you can do.
I'm like, what can I give back?
What can I
do you want to learn how to drop in on vert? You come to me, I'll get you to do it, dude.
For
and
sure.
you'll be thrilled and you'll be safe. I got you. But it's like, certain things probably don't ask me, you know?
Yeah.
But those things, I'm here to give back. That's my main angle these days because I've realized it's more fulfilling.
Yeah.
Because I've won before, man. And when I win, I'm like, when's my next victory?
Well, it's like you come from the entertainment world, you know, where it's like jump, go bigger, jump higher, fly higher.
It's kind of like part of the. It's like Michael Jordan's an asshole, right? You know why he's an asshole? Because it's just
he's in.
Get what you are trying to get, and nothing else matters.
Yeah.
So when you get older,
You
because
like
I'm pretty
that.
sure, I don't know, I don't think Michael's as big a prick as he was, because he's like, I've done it.
Yeah,
I've won.
yeah.
Now it's like, how can I help you? How can I?
For
you know,
sure.
like that's
It's
what
more
happened.
fulfilling than just like entertaining all the time, like trying to win all the time. It's
Dude,
like,
you would know in skateboarding. Like I've taught people that can't really skate to drop in on a mini ramp and like do like an axle store or something. And I'm talking about, you know, like Ian Fidance. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
I love that dude. I taught him, like, he can't skate. I taught him to drop in, and
So
he
sick.
he jumped off the board and looked at me like he was like 12.
so amped.
Like, ah! And I was like,
That's it.
fuck yeah, dude,
Yeah.
you got it. Like, he was like, I love this. I'm
I
like,
could literally picture him having that moment.
Yeah.
So sick.
It'd be hilarious.
I was just as excited as he was.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything. I just said, if you don't do it, I'll kick you. You know.
So do you find a lot of similarities in like in the way, so like I'm lucky enough to have a bunch of friends in comedy as well, and you know I spend a good amount of time at the Mothership, and before that the Vulcan with the guys. And one of my favorite things about watching stand up and watching it so often was actually watching the same hour develop over 6-7 months, seeing it, you know, but watching specifically micro adjustments.
Yeah.
Watching like he just would change this one word or
Yeah.
the pause before, and I equate that very similarly to skateboarding, where it's like, oh, I didn't pop high enough. Next time I'm going to pop just or early enough. I'm going to pop just a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Do you find a lot of similarities in that, in the way that like when you're on stage, you're like, fuck, all right, next time I'm going to just, you know, micro tweak.
Oh yeah. I mean, once I don't watch too many people because I don't have. That's the other thing I've noticed. A lot of guys coming up take pieces from other people, and I don't have somebody that I am trying to be like. Like, I'm me
Yeah.
from the get go.
Well, you tell your story, and most comedians don't have that story.
Right, which is, but I did, like, even like Shane Gillis is one of the funniest guys in the world. I see so many people now do this Shane Gillis microphone hold.
Yeah.
Where I'm like,
And
that's fucking original. Like, dude, that ain't gonna make you Shane Gillis. Just so you know, like,
They hold the mic and they go,
it's a weird thing where I get it. Like, when I was in skateboarding, I tried to be Chris Miller and I tried to be Christian Asoi and Jason Jesse, and then it molded into where I started to be myself.
Yeah.
So I now know in this new thing that I'm in, don't bother with that shit. You know, that's the good thing about not looking up to comedians coming up. Like, I think there's a lot of people that are very funny, but I don't want to be like them at all. I have no interest in that. I understand. I've seen people adjust. I've seen people work on their hour and make little adjustments, and I'm like, oh, you do that. Oh, that's handy.
Yeah.
I'll remember that. And now I don't want to watch any more of your stuff because I don't want to get any
influence.
Yeah, I don't copy anybody. I'm doing it my way. I just think I'll get there faster.
Yeah, I mean, I can relate to that. Like in cooking, I
You're
own
a good cook.
Say again?
You a good cook.
Decent.
Yeah,
He's very good.
I'm really bad.
But like I don't look at like I don't read recipes. I don't look at cookbooks, and I try because I don't want to do what everyone else does.
Yeah.
I want to be the guy who inspires the next generation.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. Yeah, I do that shit from my soul. That's how I roll. Same. Oh man, I almost said something disgusting. Don't worry about it.
It's not a family show. You can say whatever you want.
Man. Like I don't care what you look like. I'm a soul fucker. I fuck your soul. That's how I do comedy.
That's good though.
I tell jokes with my soul. I don't copy anybody. I don't want to be like anybody. If it comes out, it comes out. God is controlling me. If I make jokes where I go, I didn't have shit to do with that. Whatever just came out of my mouth, I have no idea why that happened. But also because I'm sober, I remember it. And I'm like, hey, do that again tomorrow. That was cool. But it's literally the more I do it too, that's the other thing. That's the hardest thing about LA. It's hard to get a spot. So I end up doing these weird places where there's 5 people and most of them are comedians. So you don't really get to bounce whether it was funny or not.
Yeah.
It's more like you have to judge it for yourself, which is difficult because you could be wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, that killed. And then you do it in front of a real crowd and they're like, I'm like, okay. So like being on the road really helps. But I don't know. I just gotta, there was times when I skateboarded all the time, and sometimes I didn't. I got hurt. Sometimes I was drugging, and I wasn't like militant about my skateboard career, but I still made it. It's just like the passion has to stay there. I think about it all day. Like when I'm not doing comedy, if I don't get to do a set, I'm still thinking about it all day.
In the same way you were as a kid sitting in the alleyway.
Same fucking thing, dude. And now that I have those little things on how to write a joke, as soon as something happens, I know there's a joke in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like today, I went to the drugstore I got an ingrown fingernail thing, and I was like a bit tired. I walked into CVS, and the lady was like, "Can I help you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I need oh man," and I was trying to think of what is it, hydrogen peroxide?
Yeah,
but I couldn't think of the word. I was like, "I need something for a cut." She's like, "You need something for a cat?" And I looked at her, and she had this big thing on her forehead. Like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, like big, dude. Like, you know what I mean? I looked at her, I was like, "Whoa!" You know, but I didn't want to make it obvious. But how could it? You got an extra head on your head, like real big, dude. Like half a tennis ball, just like.
Damn.
She's like, you need a cat? I'm like, why would I need a cat at CVS? And I'm like, no, a cut. I'm like, don't worry about it. I'll figure it out. And I walk off, and she goes, "Oh, you mean a cut?" And I'm like, yeah, whatever. But and then afterwards, I come back down. And she's like, "You find what you need?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Where are you from?" And then I was like, "Australia, but I live in LA." She's like, "Oh, Australia." And I'm like, now this like triple head bitch is hitting on me.
Oh man.
And I'm like, that's like, that'd be right, Jason. Like the only girl that wants to go with you has 3 heads. But she was all into the Australian thing. You guys wrestle crocodiles? Yeah, I wrestle crocodiles. Here's my phone number. But I know that if I get to go back to my room and work on that, there's a joke in
Oh
there,
yeah, for
you know?
sure.
Without the third head, was she hot?
She had her day. Hopefully without that lump.
I love when every once in a while we'll get a little bit of laughter from the booth.
That means the most to me. Those guys are like, I wish I could do like, fuck you guys. I just want to tell stories over and over again. If I hear a giggle in there, I'll be like, right, that one worked.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. You guys are iconic. You realize that? Every time that bunch of fuck faces in that room giggle, it means you're doing great work. Mm-hmm. Fuck you guys. You laughed like 2 times this whole interview. Dickheads. Well, that works. So you just talk shit.
There you go.
Yeah, I've never seen a room of more ugly, disgusting shitheads in my entire life. I bet you when they look in the mirror, they do this.
Oh my goodness.
They give everyone their heart.
Yeah, you give yourselves the racist heart. Bunch of fucking Hitlers in the green room deciding my career. Fuck you guys.
Well,
So other than like all the comedy stuff that you're working on, is there other stuff that you're working on right now? Beyond the show and all that stuff?
I mean, I hang out with my horse a lot now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm single. And I'm learning how to live by myself and sort of be content with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know anymore when it comes to that stuff. I don't really care about it. I think it was like a big deal for me. It's part of my nature is to have somebody to love and love me. I think that was a difficult thing to deal with because it's always been... I've always had somebody, and like even if things get rocky, whether it's my fault or their fault, I'll usually cling to it.
Yeah,
because if you leave me and I'm completely by myself, like I don't know what to do. Like even being on the road, I've been gone for like 5 days, and it's like I'll feel like I should, like, oh, you guys are smoking weed. That seems good. I'm like, no, it doesn't, Jason. Do not do that. And it's like, oh, that chick's pretty hot. I'm like, not if she's a dingbat. I mean, you know better. If it's a dingbat, you do not sleep with dingbats. You know that. If you sleep with a dingbat, what is that? That's whore fucking. You can't fuck whores anymore. Same with the gay.
Is a dingbat a fucking whore?
If you're really cute and you go, you know, my favorite comedian is Matt Rife, and I'm like, oh, if I have sex with you, I don't really like you, and that's not healthy. Look, they're trying not to laugh.
They're holding it in.
Just so you know, you guys, they think that's hilarious. No, Matt Rife's very funny, I'm sure. But
Well, I'm hoping you go up tonight because I want to see your minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no fucking chance. But I will stand in. There's some room, a bunch of losers will stand there, dressed as clowns or whatever. I'll be in there.
What, across the street at Poor Choices?
I don't know how it goes because like I'm Silver Spoon. Like I've been on Kill Tony because he like had me on stage.
Yeah.
Because I'm a dickhead. I know I swang off Tony Hawk's nuts straight into Kill Tony. So now it's like I put my name on the list, but like the odds of me going out there, like, don't hold your breath, dude. But yeah, that's the hardest thing. I'm a storyteller. 1 minute joke
It's tough.
is way harder than
You got to
anything
come in
else.
hard.
Yeah, because
Like
I'm like, I got jokes, but like, I'm like, the shortest joke I have is like 4 minutes. I'm like, how do I crunch that? And because I had no real plan on doing that.
Well, it sounds like if you just talk about dingbats and dickheads, you might get some laughs.
Just come out and be like, any dingbats in the crowd? No, I will not have sex with you. I don't know if that's going to work, but yeah, like I said, being in the game, being around it, I know what it takes. So I'm just excited to be there. Like even I went there last night. I'm just like, it's the same as when I go to the Comedy Store. I'm in awe, you know? Like the champs are here. This is where they do their work. And when you have the passion that I have, you're like, my adrenaline is high being in the room. I stood in front of the fucking mothership yesterday in broad daylight, just staring at it.
That's awesome.
It's a beautiful place.
That's where they do it.
They're making history in there.
Yeah. It's just
wild.
like when I used to, McGill Skate Park back in the day. I would just stare at it.
Or like Tampa Pro or something.
Yeah.
You're just
I would
like,
just stare at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the other thing, I'm sober and I'm in the program. Old skateboard Jason was on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So like that definitely cut into my skateboard career.
For sure.
You know, like if I did well, I got really drunk and did a bunch of coke. If I did bad, I got more drunk and did even more coke. So like next weekend, I was not the highest level me because I was always recovering from shit. I smoked weed every day, all day. Like there was very rarely would I enter a contest sober. And it would be so difficult. Like the night before, I'd be like, and I wouldn't get any sleep because my body's like, where's your weed at? And I'm like, get ready for the contest.
Yeah.
And then straight after the contest, it would just be like a huge
turn it back
party. But now, because I've done the work, like good show, bad show, I'll go to bed, man, ready for tomorrow.
What led to you wanting to get clean and sober?
Divorce.
Yeah.
Third divorce. Yeah, I love her. Love of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's off dating another guy. Very happy. I'm very happy for her. But I caused that.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I caused that is because of my addictions. Sex addiction, drugs, alcohol, you name it. There was just a time there where I couldn't stop it. It was just a monster that I fed. And when I feed it, it doesn't get full. It gets hungrier.
Yeah, and you have to
like,
keep feeding it all the
yeah,
time.
if I smoke a joint, I need 10 joints. If I have a drink, I need a case. If I have sex, I'm gay. I'm not gay.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Shit is nasty. So I'm not saying bad things about gay people. I'm just not gay. But like, you know what I mean?
You need more and more
Well,
and more.
gay guy, you don't have to talk to gay guys. They just get your jizz and leave.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're trying to jizz all the time, the easiest thing to do is get on Grindr. It's like Postmates for jizz.
Mm-hmm.
There's
just
your minute.
come over.
There's your minute.
Take your jizz, and then
Go
then
on
they
with your
go.
day.
They don't be like, oh, why don't you call me? They don't care.
Yeah.
They just wanted your jizz. So when I got sober and like stopped sleeping, whores. My favorite demographic of woman is whore. You know what I mean? Like the ones that were like, you know what I mean? Fuck y'all, tatted on their palm. I'm like, yeah, so hot. And now I'm like, oh, what happened to you? You know, like, what'd your fucking dad do? You know, like, I don't want to sleep with you. I feel sorry for you. Like, and like, it's because it's still new to me. I hear it. I say inappropriate now.
Mm-hmm.
I've never said inappropriate.
Like, what's going on
Sometimes
here?
people go, you know, like, let me suck your dick. I'm like, whoa, that is inappropriate. And I'm like, are you really sincerely saying that to her? But it is. It's too soon. Like, you don't know me. Look at me. You don't want to blow me. Like, you need to know who I am first. You don't know what you're dealing with. You're crazy. I'm not sleeping with you. Old me would be like, oh, hell yeah. Like, here's my credit card. You know?
Did you seek help for that, or did you just do it cold turkey?
I went cold turkey, and then I seeked help. Because
To kind of stay off of it.
Yeah, because you can, it's like a metaphor. It's like you can hold a 10-pound weight above your head for a while.
And
But sooner or
eventually-
later, that shit gets heavy. And
Yeah.
that's kind of where it was. I seeked help, and I went to AA, and then now I go to SLA. Because that was the other thing. Man, I go to sex and love addiction, and I'm in the meeting. I'm like, I don't need to go here. And then a few people talk, and I'm like, fuck, another one. I got how many afflictions do you have, dude? Because that was almost like worse.
Yeah.
Like, and you don't, a lot of people that say they're sex addicts, they're just got caught cheating. You know, they're like, oh, it's not my fault, I'm a sex addict. I'm like, if you don't do something about it, it's your fault. So I started doing that work, and it became very apparent that that is a thing. Like I'm in a hotel room by myself. I'm so tempted, you know. But my thing is like, I'll have a donut. That's
Your little vice to kind of take your mind off of it.
I'll get a donut.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there you go.
Go for a walk, maybe.
Yeah, because after you eat a donut, it's, man, waking up in the morning going, I had a donut versus I let a dude blow me. Like, dude, pretty easy. You could walk off with a smile on your face. The other one, you're like, no, I did that again. Once again, no offense to gay people. It's not gay. But
How long have you been off all of that?
430
nice.
days, I think.
Sick, dude.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
dude.
thank you. It's not been easy, so I will take that. Thank you. Yeah, but the more you work with it, the easier it is to be happy. I've never been happy sober without winning anything because I've always chased it.
Yeah.
So like, I didn't win. I didn't get a deal. I didn't get any money. I didn't get fame. Nobody loves me. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, no girl. Like, I got my kid, dude. My kids have never been happier with me.
Yeah, because you're like
And
around
that
now.
is like, part of me is a bit sad because there was a gap where I didn't give my all, you know. But now, my kids are really great. They're doing good in school. My daughter has a job, 2 jobs, and goes to school.
Sick.
They're great people. That we talk about stuff. My son calls me on his own. Like, I've decided to call my father, and he's 16. Like,
That's so rad.
Those they don't have time for me,
Yeah.
but
That's
they
so
do
dope.
because they're good people, and I have that. And, and like I said, my ex-girlfriend got me into horses, and now I have a horse. He's like old. Somebody gave him to me because they didn't want to take care of him anymore, and I just walk around in the bush with him, talking to him. Sometimes I ride him. I don't even have a saddle. People are like, you want a saddle? I'm like, nah. I
Go
learned
straight
bareback,
cowboy.
so I just stay bareback.
That's
But
dope.
I just talk to him in the bush all day. That's one thing I'm a little bit worried about. I told my co-host on the Jason Allen show, I might be an asshole. He's like, how's that? I'm like, my favorite person to talk to is my horse. And I think it's because he doesn't talk back.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't drink or do drugs or anything like that. I've been going for a while, but it was life is so much different without that stuff. And it's
Yeah.
like in a positive way. Like
Yeah.
where you can control your emotions. You
Yeah.
can kind of like feed off of the last day and like you keep going. It's almost like it's more of a journey. Whereas like when I would drink and get fucked up and blacked out every night, it was like my life kind of restarted every day, and it was like
Yeah.
me trying to climb back to
Yeah.
feel normal again.
Dude, the biggest one to me is like, I love sex, drugs, and all that stuff. So being high on ecstasy and having a bunch of naked women on me naked, I would say to myself, you can't really get much better than right now. You know? And then, like you said, the next day I'm trying to get back to that.
For sure.
Being sober, it's not overnight. But there are times in my day now where I look at the sun,
Mm-hmm.
my kid calls me, or I go boxing with him. This is gay as hell, which is saying something from me, but like sometimes I'll just see a mountain in the clouds and I'm up there. It's better than being on ecstasy with 4 tattoo chicks sucking you off at the same time.
For sure.
And a lot of people, they've read that. I've done it. And I'm telling you that being sober and working on yourself and being a good person is better than being on ecstasy with a bunch of whores on your dick. And that feels pretty good.
It's very fulfilling.
They both are.
Yeah.
The crash on one of them is a whopper.
For sure.
Yeah.
How do you think? I mean, had you not gone through all those things, how do you see yourself looking at like? I mean, does it take sort of coming out the other side to be able to, recognize how beautiful the mountain is?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was definitely a dark period in the start. It was very hard. Very hard. Wanted to quit hundreds of times. But that's the program. You got people that you can reach out to. You go to meetings and hear people talk about the way they survived, the way, the things they did that almost killed them.
Yeah.
The people that you see that are in there that go back out there and die.
Mm-hmm.
And I got kids, man. Like, the most important thing for me to do is to be, I see this now, and it's better late than never. The most important thing for me is to be there for them. And they don't even really need me that much, but one day they will. There'll be a time, and I'll be there, completely coherent and ready.
Yeah.
And because of all my experiences and downfalls and all the good and the bad that's come my way, I have a lot to offer on how to get through stuff in life. I'm living proof that you can, no matter how bad things get, you can get back. Like, you can get it back. So, because there was a really dark period there before I got sober where I was like, I'm done. There's no point me being here anymore. And the thought of ending it and what it would do to my children was the only reason that I didn't do it. That was it. That was the only argument, because I would just sit there and be like, that's it. I had a gun on the table. I was like, there's no point no more. And I was like, you do that. Like, you've done enough damage to your kids, dude. Like, you do this. That's your final send-off? That's what you're going to do to them? No, I ain't going out like that. Because when you have it all and it's gone, it's so scary.
Yeah.
For sure.
You're so scared of, like, what, am I going to be homeless? Like,
What am I going to do?
yeah, what am I going to do without anybody, And I really loved my ex-wife. Like, and I didn't realize it at the time because I was so high.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's like, I want a divorce. I was like, good. Get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just leave me alone. All I need is this. My drugs and my sex. That's all I need.
Mm-hmm.
And then I really dove into it and was like, oh, this is not what I really wanted.
Yeah.
This is just my addiction being fulfilled, and it's empty.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was left with that. Like, when I finally realized that, I was like, oh,
You were just.
it's all gone. It's
Yeah.
too late. Can I get it back? And I'm like, oh my God, I've lost it all. And then every day, just keep putting in the work, because I was like, can't give up, dude.
Yeah.
Something.
You
something
got your
will
kids.
shine.
You got
Yeah.
and
then
it'll all come back.
And then little bit by little bit, it's not like it's just, yeah. What I mean? It's like, oh.
It's like steps.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like-
Every now and then you go, oh, whoa, I didn't see that coming. That's hard to take. Like, am I smoking a joint? And I'm like, yeah, that's your addictive personality. Like, when things get hard, you want to run.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't run, And that's the thing, like, where I have this background from skateboarding and radio and fighting, where I go, you, dude. Like, you're a fighter. And I have that little bit of confidence where if things get bad and I hear my addictive brain go, run, get the thing. And I'm like, you're right, dude.
Yeah.
Because now you can recognize who's talking.
Oh yeah, dude. That story. Here's the biggest one. So I'm not religious, right? I'm anti-religious, and that's because of my childhood. If God's real, then why would I go through what I went through? Like
To become the man you're going to become.
right, but at the time, I'm thinking, really, dude?
Yeah.
Like God, like yeah, Jason. What we're gonna do is you're gonna get molested a few times, and that'll be good for you. I'm like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
That ain't funny.
Yeah.
So I was always angry at God, which would make me say I don't believe God, because a lot of people that are religious find that to be annoying, and I was trying to be annoying.
Yeah.
So I get sober. You got to pray, and I'm like, pray to what? To Jesus? Go fuck yourself. Like you guys act like he's white. Like that doesn't make any sense. No, I didn't have a fucking arc. Like fucking snake told a fucking dude to eat an apple. Shut the. Like all these stories make me angry.
Yeah.
How dare you believe that in this person's name? So I'm praying, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm praying to the trees or some shit, but I'm praying because I'm so desperate not to use that every day I'm on my knees and I'm praying.
Yeah.
So I'm praying every day. I'm not sure who I'm talking to, but it's getting a little bit easier, and I'm doing it like a routine every day, every night. So I prayed this one day. I know I'm going down to Tony's to skate, and we're gonna film some stuff. So when you're 53, man, like and skating Tony's ramp, it's dangerous, like. And I don't skate like Tony does. I'm not as talented as him, but I also skate like once a month. And when you skate once a month on a 13-foot high vert ramp,
beast.
I'm still doing I'm doing airs and stuff. Like I'm risking it, like if things go bad. And I've been knocked out a lot, man, like over 30 times. And I got knocked out 3 times last year.
Oof.
2 snowboarding and 1 skateboarding. So I go to the ramp, and before I go to the ramp, I pray. And usually I just pray to like be a good person and to help people. I don't want to pray for anything for me. But this one particular time, I go, God, I'm skating today. I'm going to push it a little bit. If you could just keep me safe, that'd be much appreciated. So I go to the ramp, I skate. I slip out on a LU backside Smith grind. I get knocked out. Out. Proper one. Like out for 5 minutes. I wake up, and this is an unfortunate thing that has happened to me a couple times now, where I wake up on a ramp, and it's Tony Hawk asking me where I am.
Wild.
So it's like deja vu, where I'm like, as soon as he goes, hey man, where are you? I'm like, fuck.
I know what happened.
I know
happened
exactly
again.
where I am.
Yeah.
I'm with you, dickhead. And I just got knocked out again, didn't I? And
Yeah.
he's like, yeah. So I'm pretty rocky. And he's like, we're not going to do a podcast today, dude. That was a bad one. It's like, sit around with me, wait an hour. And he's like, you good to drive? I'm like, yeah, I'm good to drive. So I drive home 2.5 hours. I get in the car, and a voice says, clear, dude. Hey, Jason, kill yourself. And I'm like,
What the fuck?
but I've been knocked out a lot, dude. Like, I understand concussions and how it can depress you. Like, I've cried before for a couple of weeks after getting knocked out. That's when I know it's a bad one.
It's gnarly.
So I just put it down to, you hit your head hard. Here comes the darkness,
Yeah.
The whole drive home, kill yourself, whispering at me now.
Wow.
And I'm like, no,
That's
whoever that
fucking
is.
gnarly, dude.
Yeah, and it's over and over again. I'm like, man, good thing I've been down these roads before, because this is scary, and I'm by myself, no wife, no nothing. I go home, I'm on the couch, I take a shower, I'm on the couch, kill yourself. And I'm like, I put a movie on, kill yourself. And I'm like, dude, how long is that going to go for? Because that's not cool.
Yeah.
As I go to bed, kill yourself. And I remember going, really, God? Remember when I asked, take care of me today? What's up with that? And I go to sleep. I wake up in the morning. The first thought I have when I wake up in the morning, a voice goes, hey, man, you're going to be okay. You hit your head really hard. Just eat some food. Rest today. Things are going to be okay. And I was like, man, I really needed to hear that, because that other guy that was hammering me for the last 8 hours of my day was starting to make me think that I'm going insane.
Yeah.
But then I realized, I was like, wait, those were 2 different voices. And I could clearly understand which is which. And from that day on, I realized that to me, and this is hard for me to admit, but that's God. to me, and the other one is the devil. And obviously, I don't believe that you go to hell and you get a pineapple up your ass, which might actually be all right for me at this point. But I that's how I see it. So now, when I hear that, like I pray, I get a response.
Yeah.
And I know which is which, and I just follow that one every time. It's like, hey, like I said, like Bing Bong's like, hey, let me suck your dick. This one goes, yeah. And I go, oh, yeah. And I should kill myself too, right? No, lady, not doing it. And then this one's like, hey, man, you should apologize to that guy. Like, you were a bit snappy the other day. Or you should help that person. You know what I mean? I know it's a long drive, but you should probably go see him. And I'm like, okay, I'll go do it. I get up in the morning. I'm like, man, I'm sore from skating or fighting or whatever. And it's like, get up, get in the cold plunge. You know what I mean? Make yourself some breakfast. Go to a meeting. And I'm like, oh, I'd rather just watch TikTok. But okay, God voice.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I'm not going to say smooth sailing, but it's like
a bit of guidance.
Yeah. And that's why now I'm like, if you like, Jesus Christ, Allah, I don't mind. Like, they're all one to me. I pray to my higher power, and he takes care of me, and I believe in him. He might not even be a he. It's cool.
So I like to ask this question as we sort of round third. If I mean, magic lamp on the table. I mean, you've lived such a incredible life and experienced so many things. If you get to control the outcome, what's 10 years from now look like for you?
I'm Tom Segura. And those guys laugh at everything I say, not every seventh thing.
You're doing arenas and
Fuck yeah.
So comedy's it for you. That's where you're going.
Yeah, and then after comedy, I would like to, because I'm a killer, right? Like I'm trained. I could kill most people with my bare hands. So when I become the Tom Segura of comedy, then I'm gonna retire and I'm gonna kill and have like a dungeon because I've got millions of dollars, right?
To put
so
them
it's
in?
like stashed. Yeah, because I'm gonna torture them before I kill them.
Nice.
And I'm just gonna take them all off the streets one by one, like Batman. I'm gonna be Batman.
So when
That's
you
what I'm trying to say.
become a 100 millionaire, that's the way you're going to get back to society.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't understand Joe Rogan, dude. Like, why aren't you Batman? Like, go get him, That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna take those fools off the streets and, send a message. I'll probably dress similar to Batman because I don't want people to know who I am. And I'll post videos, be like, hey, you know what I mean? I don't know what my name's going to be, like Wolfman or something like that.
Wolfman.
Yeah, like a wolf suit on or something. And this guy's like, please help me. And I'd be like, drilling his head. Be like, that's what you're going to get. If I see you, if I catch you, it's a drill to the face. I'm not going to use this, are you?
This is all staying in.
But yeah, that would be something that I would really like to do.
Kill people or to...
Man.
Yeah, for sure.
Not people.
Fair.
Yeah.
Not, you got to be convicted, not like you might be suspect. Like you did it. I'll get you. That's the good thing about being man is I'll kill you. I'll go to sleep. No problem. People don't realize what that shit does to people.
For sure.
You never get out of it. It never leaves you. I can never get out of it. I can never get it back. And I'm pissed. And I want to give back to the world. I know this is dark, but it's also it's light. Like there's kids out there.
It makes sense.
They don't need that in their lives. They need Wolfman to kill all of them.
For sure.
Or put the fear out there where you're like, dude, I ain't doing it no more. There's that guy dressed as a wolf. He takes you to his billionaire dungeon and tortures you. Maybe I'll just like skip it.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll see.
Well,
so just know when it's arenas, TikTok.
Where can people find you?
The Jason Ellis Show. That's on all the platforms, and I have a Patreon, patreon.com/AllisMate, where I do 3 Jason Ellis shows a week on there. and I do a solo show on there as well. And then thejasonellis.com for all my tour dates, because I'm out there on the road headlining, doing shows.
Do you also have a OnlyFans too?
Yeah. It's not what I used to be on there doing stuff, which is weird because now I'm on there for comedy. Like I did a show for OnlyFans, a comedy show, and they're like, have an OnlyFans account, and whoever subscribes will match you. And I'm like, okay. So my account is back up, and there's a bunch of dudes on there like, what's up? And I'm like, I'll lift weights with my t-shirt off, but that's as far as it's gonna go, dude. I'm not gonna there's no butt play on this one. Sorry. So that's sometimes I'm letting people down, but that's what's healthy for me.
Yeah.
But then I have a clothing line too. Well, it's more a skateboard company, the Wolf Knives,
Sick.
which is on thejasonellis.com too. I sign boards, t-shirts, hats, and books. My third book that didn't sell as well as my first one. Do you know I'm a New York Times bestseller?
Really?
No way.
Yeah, I never
That
read
is
it.
Dope.
Heard it was good though. But yeah, that's basically the hustle at this point. I think just trying to be on the road as much as I can, trying to make people laugh. That's it.
That's so
Amazing.
awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming through and
Thanks for having
doing
me.
the show
Yeah.
with us,
Yeah.
man. Really appreciate it.
It's been very inspiring.
And everything you're doing to give back to is fucking awesome, man.
Yeah,
That's sick.
it's the best. It's really, especially the veteran thing. Like they're so grateful,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, dude, you fought for my freedom.
For sure.
I'm grateful.
Mhm.
They're like, nah, dude, like, you really helped me. And I'm like, every time I leave that gym, I'm like, this is what it's about to
Yeah.
me. Like, I feel, because like I said, like, how many things can I do to help people? I don't have a lot of windows, but that one, I'm real good at teaching people how to fight. It's like, you can hold mitts, but when you use your face and your body,
Yeah,
because
it's
I
different.
can take a shot,
Yeah.
So like, I can move a little bit with it, but I can still see
Absorb
what
some
you're
of it.
doing that's wrong.
Mhm.
And I'll like, if you throw a punch, I'll let you miss and put a hand there, or just hit you lightly and be like, you got to not do that.
Yeah.
A lot of dudes do this Floyd Mayweather thing because they watch too many YouTube videos. I'm like, what is that?
Mhm.
And they're like, that's how I fight. I'm like, where'd you get that? So YouTube. And I'm like, dude, or you can put your hands up,
Block that
like
face.
if you're not Floyd Mayweather, maybe put your hands up.
Yeah.
Because he can move, you can't. And then sometimes I punch them in the face to make them realize that is a stupid position to be in. And then they
put their hands
change, and then they become better fighters. And you see it, just like the
Yeah.
skateboarding thing.
Yeah,
Where they go,
yeah.
oh, man. And I'm like, yeah, dude.
There it is.
You got to watch you now. Like, you're pretty good.
Mhm.
So it's like very satisfying. I love it.
Hell yeah.
Super rad, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
stoked.
Well, thank you again for being here.
Thanks, man.
Really great to meet you.
Yeah,
And I hope we get to see you do a minute tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of don't, but yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, brother.
That's a wrap on today's episode. Hit subscribe now if you want to follow along. We have some awesome guests lined up that we sit down with. Make sure you follow the Not a Damn Chance podcast on socials at NADC Podcast. See you next week.